Every revolution has three principal characters in them. They are the poet, the prophet, and the prince. The prince is also kind of like the warrior general, but then you don't get the triple P alliteration. So we're gonna go with PPP here, and I'm gonna talk about the French Revolution as a pretty good example. And in that scenario, the poet was Rousseau. He wrote the social contract and popularized the idea of the will of the people. And the prophet in this scenario was Robespierre. He led the population through the next phase. Unfortunately, this little particular part of the revolution was called the Reign of Terror because of its liberal use of the guillotine. And the prince of the French Revolution was Napoleon. He basically channeled the revolution, declared himself the emperor, created an empire, and dominated most of Europe. Now, if Bitcoin is an economic revolution that's imposing the global free market on the world, then the poet is clearly Satoshi. I think that's just pretty logical assumption. The prophet, and this one is just my opinion, you could probably go with Saifedean or find another half a dozen OGs that you think is meaningful. But for me, it's Jeff Booth, the author of Price of Tomorrow, a thought leader, and seems to be clearly see the future as it will become. And luckily, we've got proof of work and digital power now, so we don't really need heads to roll this time around. And that leaves the prince. And I've been thinking about this for a few weeks, but then during the earnings call, when I heard Saylor's response to Ben's question, and I quote, "We want to eat the world," end quote, that was confirmation for me that the prince of the revolution is Michael Saylor. And right now we've got the number of economic nodes in the form of companies stacking Bitcoin will only ever increase from this moment. So with that being said, despite my bullish long-term outlook, we've got blood in the streets and Bitcoin and strategy are back to early 2024 levels, sentiment circling the drain. So what are your gentlemen's thoughts on the current price action and or my delusions?